What's up guys? Welcome back to another video on the Z. Sorry in advance if this video is not the best. I'm feeling a little under the weather, so if I sound kind of funny or don't make any sense at all, that's why. But today we've got to get the suspension put back together. If you remember in the last video, I was waiting on bump stops to come in. I went with a bit taller of a bump stop to help with the suspension compression because it was compressing too much. Hopefully you watched the video and you know what I'm talking about. If you didn't, go back and check it out. Anyways, those bump stops showed up. Let me show you what they look like here. So here is the difference. You can see this is the factory one. This is the one that I picked up. So it's just over an inch taller, which should make a bit more than an inch difference when it actually comes to where the wheel is. So I think with over an inch less compression, the wheel should have no chance in smashing up the fender like it was going to before. So enough talking, let's get straight into work. I'm gonna throw you guys on a time lapse and get that suspension wrapped up. Bump stops are in, the suspension is back together, we are good to go. Now before I throw the passenger side back together, I mentioned this in another video, but I've got to get these lines up here, that wire harness, and then these power steering lines right here. I've got to get those tucked up to the frame rail. So let's go ahead and tackle that now, and then we can get this car back on the ground. All right, you can see down there we got a little P-clamp holding that power steering line, and then I just zip tied the wire harness to the power steering line, and it's all pretty secure now. Nothing's really moving, and that should be well out of the way of the wheel now. Took the car out for a little drive around the block just to see how the angle kit feels and make sure that there's nothing rubbing. Let's just admire it for a second. Thankfully, nothing rubs. You may have seen in that little clip of me driving in circles back and forth. Nothing's rubbing, nothing's making weird noises. I think we're doing good. Also, I forgot that I changed out the transmission mount, and man, night and day difference. The car is so much better to drive with that poly mount instead of the solid aluminum mount. Totally worth the effort. I'm so happy this thing's driving. It feels pretty good with the angle. My alignment that I did with those toe plates feels pretty good. The car seems to track straight, and it seems like it's turning evenly to the right and to the left. So I think we're good. Really, I won't know until I get to the track and start drifting. I wish this thing had plates and was legal so I can at least drive it around town, but not yet. Hopefully someday soon. Otherwise, it's just going to be a shakedown at the track, which I guess I'm okay with. All right, that's going to be a wrap for today's video. Didn't get a whole lot done, but with that little test drive out of the way, I think the car is pretty much good to go. Again, I would have liked to get a bit more miles on it, but it is what it is. And at the end of the day, at least I'll get a nice shakedown at the track. So fingers crossed it's all good, but only one way to find out. There is a few more aesthetic things I'd like to do to the car. I'd like to clean up the paint. I'd like to paint the wheels to match, and a couple other things that if I get to them, cool. If not, oh well. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and I'll catch you in the next one.